The child lay in his mother's arms, his breaths shallow and fragile, as if each one was a battle he could no longer fight. The father stood only a few feet away, gripping the 4 poles so tightly his knuckles turned white. His face was heavy with sleepless nights, his heart weighed down by the unbearable truth pressing upon them. In that small living room, the silence screamed louder than any storm outside. The mother's lips trembled as she kissed her son's forehead again and again, as though her love could anchor him to life, as though her tears could wash away his pain. Her cheeks were wet, her chest rose and fell with sobs she tried to hide, but still she held her son with a tenderness that defied the cruelty of the moment. Through the clear oxygen mask, his small face looked both innocent and fragile, his skin pale yet glowing softly in the golden light spilling through the curtains. The father's eyes locked on the boy's fragile chest rising and falling under the mask. He had worked his whole life with strong hands, building a home brick by brick, surviving hardships with resilience, yet here he was, utterly powerless. The doctors had sent them home with empty words, "There's nothing more we can do." But how does a father accept that? How can he tell his heart to stop believing? He stood like a guard against death itself, his presence desperate, his soul broken. The mother rocked the boy gently, her voice trembling but steady enough to carry memories. "Do you remember," she whispered, her eyes flickering to her husband, "how this house once echoed with his laughter? He would run through these rooms with his arms wide open, saying he could touch the clouds if he ran fast enough. He believed it." Her words cracked. "And now look at him, he's fighting for every breath." The father closed his eyes. The memory stabbed at him with unbearable sharpness, the sound of his son's laughter, the little feet rushing across the floor, the boy running to him saying, "Dad, I'll be strong like you when I grow up." It had been his proudest moment, and now the same boy's hand was growing colder by the minute. The weight of helplessness bent the father's shoulders. The mother pressed her lips to her son's damp hair and whispered a prayer, one born not from ritual but from raw desperation. "God, take me instead. Take every breath from me and let him breathe one more day. His smile lights up this home. Without him, this house will be nothing but empty walls. Take my life, take my strength, but please let my child live." Her plea shook the father's soul. He had never seen her so broken, never heard her beg the heavens like this. His eyes burned, but he tried to stay silent, to stay strong, though inside he was shattering piece by piece. The boy stirred faintly. His small hand twitched against his mother's chest, and slowly his eyelids fluttered open. His eyes, though heavy with exhaustion, still held a soft glow. He tried to speak beneath the mask, his lips moving, breath catching. The mother leaned close, her ear almost brushing the mask. "Mom." "Dad." His voice was a fragile whisper, broken but clear enough to pierce through their hearts. "Don't cry. I'm not afraid. You're here, right?" The mother gasped, clutching him tighter, kissing his forehead again and again. "Yes, sweetheart, we're here. We're always here. You're never alone. Never." Her tears flowed freely, dripping onto his tiny hand. The father bent down, his hands trembling as he held his son's fragile fingers against his chest. The dam of silence broke inside him, and the tears he had fought so hard to hide poured out. His voice cracked as he whispered, "My son, you don't have to be afraid of anything. As long as I breathe, you will never be alone. Do you hear me? Never." The boy gave the faintest smile beneath the mask, his little lips curving with all the strength he had left. That smile was enough to tear them apart and yet somehow heal them at the same time. The father leaned closer, his forehead resting gently against his son's hand. His body shook with sobs as he prayed in a broken voice. "God, if you're listening, don't take him yet. Take everything from me, my strength, my breath, my years. I'll carry the pain, I'll carry the weight, just let him stay long enough to see tomorrow's sun. Please, please." The room fell into stillness again, broken only by the faint hiss of the oxygen and the soft drip of the four. Outside, life carried on. A neighbor's laughter echoed faintly, a car passed on the road, birds called in the fading light. But inside, their world was shrinking, collapsing into this one fragile boy's breaths. The mother began humming softly, an old lullaby she used to sing when he was a baby. Her voice shook but carried warmth, wrapping around him like a blanket. She whispered stories to him, about the clouds he once chased, about the kite they never finished flying, about the puppy he wanted for his birthday. Each word was a thread, trying to tether him here, to this room, to their love. The father sat beside them, his large hands cradling his son's smaller one, his eyes never leaving the boy's face. He thought of all the stolen years, the football games they would never play, the school mornings he would never see, the graduations, the first love, the wedding day. A lifetime denied. And yet he thought also of this moment, this fragile golden hour, where his son was still here, still breathing, still theirs. The sun slipped lower, casting the room in amber light. A single beam landed gently on the boy's face, soft and warm, as if the heavens themselves were blessing him. The child's breathing grew softer, his body relaxing against his mother's chest. The mother's tears fell faster, but she smiled through them, whispering, "My son is brave. My son is loved. Wherever you go, you will never walk alone." The boy's eyes fluttered closed, his lips still curved in that faint, brave smile. The soft hiss of the oxygen slowed, grew weaker, and finally faded into silence. The mother clutched him tightly, her sobs filling the room. The father sat frozen, his soul screaming in silence, every breath tearing him apart. Yet beneath the crushing grief, one truth rose above all others, unshakable and eternal. Love never dies. The boy had taken his last breath, but he had not truly gone. He would remain in every memory, in every corner of that home, in the arms of his mother and the heart of his father. His laughter, once echoing through the walls, would live forever in the silence they carried now. And though tomorrow would come with emptiness, the love that filled that room tonight would carry them forward. For love, even in the shadow of death, is the breath that keeps tomorrow alive.